features with Livingston and Tangela too, and our host Vincent Van Dahl, and he brings it to ya. Creature features and all creatures and all creatures, and the creature gonna get you tonight. You better not turn out your bedroom light. He'll grab your head and give it such a bite. You may even die, just from a fright. You ain't nothing gonna be, baby. You ain't nothing gonna be alright. Cause the creature gonna get you, baby. Gonna get you tonight.
What would you do if you found yourself in hospital pursued by a psychotic maniac who intended to cure you of your very life?
I would presume that Miss Tangela had chosen a new career in medicine.
Welcome to Creature Features. I'm your host, Vincent. The well-dressed man with the glum face and sunny disposition would be the major domo of this sizable manor, the diligent Mr. Livingston. And the spooky wee lass over to this side, who would likely be more inclined towards performing necropsy rather than curing leprosy, would be my adorable ward, Miss Tangela. And do we have a most clinically interesting program in store for you? First hour film. Tonight we shall present Visiting Hours from 1982. This is a hospital horror film that draws more blood than an overzealous phlebotomist. Journalist Deborah, played by the wonderful Lee Grant, is pursued by a stalker whose determination rivals a med student cramming for finals. With an unlikely team of hospital heroes, including nurse Sheila and a bloke named Gary, portrayed by William Shatner, they must outsmart a killer that is brilliantly played by Michael Ironside. If you're in the mood for a suspenseful thrill ride that will elicit a measurable increase in your adrenaline levels, Visiting Hours is the cinematic cure you have eagerly anticipated. What?
Nothing.
Tangela says to watch for the scene where the star is hiding in a dumbwaiter and the killer cuts the rope. Because she has done that to Mrs. O'Connor before.
Unfortunately, it is true.
Joining us to watch this therapeutic film will be comedian Engin
Yesilyemis.
Well, what is that, Welsh?
It is Turkish, I believe.
How lovely. In any case, Engin will share his wit and humor with us as we watch the film, give us his observations on what life in America is like for an immigrant, and tell us about his upcoming stand-up comedy gigs. So don't go away, for it is to be another night of hospital food fright, right here on Creature Features. Stay tuned. Oh my goodness. The Birds are on Channel 4.
No.
Yes. No. People watching our show tonight could instead watch The Birds. It's got Rod Taylor, Tippi Hedren, Jessica Tandy, Suzanne Plachette, and Veronica Cartwright. You know who she is, right? Veronica Cartwright?
Oh, yeah.
She's
one of my mom's gifts to me when I was only 5 years old. She let me watch that movie.
Movie? Which movie?
The Birds.
Oh, no, but Veronica Cartwright, she was one of the girls on Lost in Space.
Oh.
Remember the show Lost in Space?
Did she come back?
I don't know.
Is she still lost?
No, she made it to the Birds, so I assume she did. Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, Engin. Engin is, you're a comedian, you're a musician, you're an all-around nice guy, right?
I'd try. I try every day.
No, well, and you succeed, I think, most of the time. You know, I've seen this bloke about 20,000 times in my life, and so he's got a smile on his face.
Life is good.
I always think you're up to no good.
Always.
Right?
Always.
Yeah.
You got to instigate. You got to move things around.
So, speaking of instigate, you need to teach me how to pronounce your last name because I'm looking at it and it looks like Greek to me.
Oh, yes. Well, it's next door. It's Turkish.
Turkish?
Yes.
Right? And it's Engin Yesilyemis.
Okay. It's Yeşil Yemiş.
Yesilyemis.
Yes. It means green fig,
Green fig?
but a good ripe one that is green
You
on
know, we
the
have
outside.
figs out here.
I know.
And they're ripe right now.
And they're green.
No, they're ripe. They're dark.
Could you imagine a tree full of me?
That would be wonderful and frightening at the same time. Anyways, we're going to watch Visiting Hours. Have you seen this film before?
Yes.
And
Yes. Oh, one of my all-time favorites in the horror and thriller scenes.
are they in for a treat?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Good. Now, this film apparently has William Shatner, Captain Kirk.
Captain Kirk.
Right. No. But I understand he does not have phasers, nor does he go, Scotty, beam me up.
But he's still very powerful in this movie.
Oh, he is?
Absolutely.
Now, how's he look? Is he like the big William Shatner or the
Oh,
thin?
he's slender.
He's a slender one.
yeah.
Right.
Rocking velvet sports coats.
1982. This would be before he did that program, Law and Order. Was it Law and Order?
Law and Order, yes.
Right,
yes.
he was on that
Yeah, I
show,
know.
right? I think. I've never watched it. I have to see it. All right, let's say we start the film, and when we come back, we're going to talk about your comedy career and some of the music you do, and your shoes.
Awesome.
All right, off we go to Visiting Hours. Don't you dare go away because you'll miss it. Hello friends, Tangela and I would like to take a moment to compel you to join Creature Features TV. It is our new streaming service that offers you early access to Creature Features from your computer or your favorite set-top device. You can see the full archive of Creature Feature episodes, movies we've yet to present on the show, a library of items from the original program, plus many other items you won't find anywhere else. Your small yet generous subscription fee not only supports the operation of the service, but actually helps finance the creation of our show. It's a very inexpensive way to ensure that we'll be able to continue producing Creature Features for years to come. Not to mention it'll keep Tangela out of making mischief and wreaking havoc in the village as well. So please visit creaturefeaturestv.com to learn more. And thank you so much for your support. You do cause trouble. Engin, Comedian of the Year. Who does your hair? Never mind. Welcome back to the show. We are watching Visiting Hours with Mr. Engin Yesilyemis.
Yes, Yeşilyemiş. Well done, sir.
Yes.
Good ears.
And this film, you were commenting as we were watching that there's a lot of minor chords.
Yes. To create the
You know,
suspense.
I'm so used to it now. As a musician, it's invisible to me now, but you're absolutely right.
Oh, yeah. Well, you want happy stuff, you want major chords.
Right.
But you want to create suspense, you want to create sadness. It's all of that.
Minor, but
chord.
there's like an additional note you could add to make it sound demented, right?
Absolutely.
Like add a third or something like that. How would you do it?
Or a sharp
A 7.
sharp 4. Some call it the Jimi Hendrix
Listen
chord.
to us. We're doing shop talk, musician
That's
shop
right.
talk. Yeah, I don't play anymore. I stopped.
Oh,
I play the pipe organ sometimes.
I would love to hear you one day.
No, I'm not too bad. That was my first instrument.
Yeah.
Was the pipe organ.
I've heard you before. You are legit.
No, I
behind the
can
keys.
play it. But then I started playing guitar and then doing the rock and roll.
Oh well,
And then
that's
I
where you
stopped
went
playing
wrong.
Yeah, right.
Stick to
right,
your
yeah. Well, you play rock and roll. We'll talk about that in a bit. So, Turkey.
Turkey.
How old were you when you came over?
I turned 30 when I moved to the States. This is dating back to 2004.
So you were obviously speaking English
Yes.
prior.
Yes, but not as good as this. Like
Well,
I
I would
sat through
presume not.
couples counseling without understanding half of what was going on as well, like 19 years ago.
Well,
that
that's-
happened.
that's basically what marriage is, right? Not
Yes.
understanding
Yes.
half of what's going on.
Yes.
So you went to school and they taught you English at school, I assume.
No, I actually went to a German middle and high school in Turkey.
Oh, you
and
did?
I learned English through skateboarding.
Nice.
Yes, yes. And at the time, my level of interest towards, I am in that generation where I grew up with skateboarding, like the development of the skateboarding from like the banana boards to wide
Oh,
boards
wow.
to
Right.
ollie and the pipe and street and all of that. And the only kids who were interested in that were the other American kids in town whose parents were, for the, they were stationed there for their military service and whatnot. So
right.
I learned English on the streets, sir.
And you learned American English.
I did. I certainly
No, because
did.
you don't have a British accent.
No,
You certainly don't have a German accent.
but I used to be married to Scotland for for 2 years, and with the time we spent in Scotland, because I learned English by ear,
Right.
I get drawn by whatever dialect is around me.
Oh,
So if you and I talk for a few more hours, I might say few things,
Right. That
And-
sounds more Great Brittany.
something like
Right.
that. Yes.
That's amazing. All right, what do you say we get back to this film and when we come back? I want to find out how you got into the whole comedy thing.
Oh, yes.
He's a funny guy.
try.
He's been calm tonight, but he's a funny guy, and we'll find out more.
I was
Anyways,
told to behave.
That's right. That's right. Off we go to visiting hours, and when we come back, we're going to do mail, but then we'll come back to you, and I'm going to ask you about the comedy. So we will see you soon. Don't go away. Tangela, did you know that Flipper is on every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. on Channel 4? You knew this and you did not tell me. Yeah, she knows what kind of a Flipper fan I am, and she did not tell me that Flipper is on every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. on Channel 4.
What is a flipper?
It's a fish. It's a dolphin.
Oh,
They call him Flipper, Flipper, faster than lightning. Something like
but
that.
it's not a fish.
Anyways, welcome back. Engin will be back with us shortly, but right now we're going to do some mail because you send us mail, and if we don't read it, it's rude, right?
Perhaps.
No, it's most definitely rude because they say, "Oh, give me some mail, young man."
Charlestown, Rhode Island.
Sounds like a nice place. We know what this is. All these orange envelopes.
The colors are right.
So everyone sent us Halloween cards on Halloween. However, you need to send these like a month before if we read them on Halloween, or else we're now like 2 weeks after Halloween and we're reading Halloween cards. But that's fine because every day is Halloween at the Poulter Mansion, right? All right, this one says,
Every
Happy
day.
Halloween with a kitty cat. It's very nice. Oh, this looks like it's from a young person. This is from Ceres Moon. And it says, Hello, Creature Features. It's Ceres Moon from YouTube. You might remember me in episode 340 Letters. I have made a new art of Tangela with a green crystal skull. I have some requests. Please show The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Is that the one with Johnny Depp?
There's one prior to that, I believe.
No, it's an old one. Oh, from 1980, starring Jeff Goldblum. I didn't know he was in one. We might be able to show that one, right?
Perhaps.
It's old. If it's over 40 years old, we can typically get it. And let's see, from Sarah Smoon. All right, so here's the picture she made. Oh, this is wonderful. Look at this. Look, it's Tangela. We'll put a big one up with a skull. It's a green skull, and you've got long black fingernails. You're sporting those today, are you? Well, thank you very much, Sirius Moon. She shall hang that in a place of honor. Next up,
Phoenix, Arizona. Well, Tucson, actually.
Tucson. Have you ever been?
I don't recall.
It's a place that had two suns.
I think it's spelled differently.
No, it's two suns.
It's
Oh,
spelled
like sun,
Tucson.
like son of a person? No. Have you ever been to Arizona? It
Yes.
feels like there's two suns.
Feels like there's 4.
That's right. All right, just my teeny weeny way of saying, and this has got a wiener dog, and I love wiener dogs, don't you?
Dachshunds.
No, they're wiener dogs. You're in America now. You've got to call them wiener dogs.
Oh, please.
He's always speaking German in America. All right, this is from David, and he goes, Vincent, Tangela, and Livingston, have a great Halloween. We did, thank you. And he goes, P.S. Tell Livingston I have subscribed and not to be disappointed. I think he's talking about Creature Features TV, which, if you haven't signed up yet, do it because it helps the show, right? Thanks, David. Next up.
We have an email from Manchester
Oh, nice.
with a picture.
Oh, good. All right, let's see. Hi, Creature Feature crew. I came across your wonderful show last year. However, I have to say I was not keen at first, but now I love it. You know, that happens a lot.
What happens a lot?
People watch our show for the movie, and they see this mug, and they say, I don't like that show. I don't like that bloke. But then we grow on them.
Like a mold.
Not like a mold, like a flower. We grow them like a flower, and then soon they're sending us wonderful letters like this. This is from Derry, from Monton in Manchester. And she goes, but now I love it. I'm usually tucked in bed when I watch you, lights off, and ready for your show. I was wondering if you could show Paper House. It's a film made in the 80s. It's British, and the main character is a little girl. Worth a watch for sure. I think you'd like that film, right? Well, I hope this email finds you all happy and healthy. Kind regards, Darian. She included a photo of, look at that wonderful hairdo.
Interesting.
No, it's amazing. Thank you so much, and hope things are well in Manchester. One more?
One more. It's hard to say where that's from.
It's a surprise. Oh, no, this person sent us 3 of these envelopes with 3 different cards, and I told Tangela to put them in one envelope.
I see.
So we don't want to nick 2 of them, right? So we can read all of them. So the first one says, thinking of you on Halloween, pumpkins. And inside it says, thanks, CF crew, for all your hard work. Thank you for watching all our hard work. And this one says, when creatures come crawling out in the night and the moon shines down with an eerie light and shadowy shapes appear left and right, you know it's Halloween. Happy haunting. Best regards, crew and everyone. And this has got a glitter aspect to it, which is, you know, I like glitter, except I will find this on my
doesn't go
hands
away.
several years later. All right, this one is a haunted house that says ghosts and ghouls are out tonight with skeletons dancing in the pale moonlight. Oh, that's got American money. Look, American cash. You're in for haunts and hoots and frights. Hope it's a magical Halloween night. Happy Halloween, CF. Love you, Ghouls Fulton. Very nice. And you can see it's like a fold-out haunted house style.
Triptych.
Is that what they call it?
Yes.
A triptych. All right, that's it.
That's it.
That is it for mail. If you'd like to send us some mail of your own, go to Hello Creature Features. It's a website that has instructions on how to send an email or a card or an envelope with money inside or a truck full of furniture because we have old furniture. No, don't do the furniture, right?
No.
No,
we
don't do
have
the
enough.
furniture. But if you want to send anything else, and you know, on the email, it's nice, like Derry did, you can send us a photo. So if you want to send us a photo of your dog, I like dogs, don't you?
I'd rather do.
You could send us a photo of your dog or of yourself, or maybe a part of your shoe. She likes photos of shoes. No, she doesn't. All right, well, let's get back to visiting hours. When we come back, Engin will be rejoining us. See you soon.
Creature Features is brought to you by CreatureFeatureStore.com, the official merchandiser of Creature Feature accessories.
Welcome back to Creature Features. It's hospital night, and it's comedy night.
Good
and
evening.
It's long hallways,
Long hallways,
longest hallways I've ever seen in an hospital.
only covered by 2 nurses.
That's,
God bless them.
it's perfect for a serial killer, though, right?
Well,
That's the hospital to go to if you're a serial
you
killer.
only have one hallway, so many doors to pick and choose
And
from.
poor security.
Absolutely.
Right.
Awful
Yeah,
security.
right.
He even goes into the surgery at one point, the villain.
Oh, don't give away any.
Oh.
You're giving away spoilers.
Sorry.
People write angry things on YouTube. They'll say, that man told spoilers.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah. I like to hear spoilers because I always forget.
Oh, yeah.
No, I will often forget. Somebody tells me a spoiler, I will forget. However, if I know a spoiler, I will completely spoil it. I'll be like, wait, watch, look, boom. So, anyways, we are with, in case you missed it, Engin, and you're a comedian from
Yes.
Turkey. I want to ask you something about Turkey. Is that what you call it?
Türkiye.
Turkiya?
Yeah. And in Turkish, it's supposed to mean the land of the Turks.
Ah, that makes more sense. I read someplace where people say that the bird, the turkey bird,
Yes.
is always named from the place they think it's from. So
We do have turkeys.
we have turkeys, and we thought they were from turkeys, but they're not. And then
Where are
people
they
in
from?
Austria think they're from someplace else, and they call them something else.
Austrian turkey. That's the thing.
Right.
Austrians, they're keen about their
So
turkeys.
what do people in Turkey call a turkey?
Hindi,
Hindi.
which is controversially is the equivalent of also Indian. The dot.
See? So you think your people, your culture, believes that the turkey comes
Yes,
from India.
Yeah.
And we think that
You're the linguist. I'm just trying them as
Right.
tools.
No, it's an interesting point. So, comedy.
Comedy.
How does a nice guy like you get into such a horrid profession as comedy?
It was dreadful at the beginning. Life kind of lined it up. There was a point where for 2 years I was a single father, and I only had my Monday nights. So after work, I was part of a bowling league, and then in Kotari I knew about this comedy open mic. It is now canceled, but however, we had a great time there in Kotari, and I started just going up for 5 minutes. My first time up was spectacular. I had nothing prepared, and the only reason I went up is because the host said, "Are you planning on going up?" I said, "Sure." He goes, "Do you want 3 minutes or 5 minutes?" I said, "What's the difference?" He goes, "Well, if you're terrible at this, that extra 2 minutes could be a death march for you." I said, "I have 5 minutes. Let me go up." As soon as I go up on stage, there was a group at the bar, it was loud, and another group walked in. These two groups knew each other. It was chaos. They were just, hey, hi, whoo, to each other. So I figured, all right, instead of trying to tell something, I will call the play that's going on in the bar. And then these two girls, they were so keen with one another. So I'm like, these girls must love each other. I think they should make out. They started making out. The whole place erupted.
This is your first time
This
doing
is my first
comedy.
time doing comedy
And
by
you did not
myself.
expect
I got
them
get
to
this.
actually
I was like,
do
and
anything like-
ever since I've been chasing the dragon.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Now, had you failed, had that gone down, would you have not done comedy anymore?
Who knows? Because at that moment, it didn't mean anything.
Right.
I wasn't this emotionally invested. Now I write jokes. I go work him out at open mics before I take him out on paid gigs. So It's a process. It's an art form, and similar to music. First, you try to tell street jokes. You're doing cover songs, basically.
Right.
But unlike music, it's a big no-no to do cover songs in comedy.
No, they get
Yeah.
most angry.
Oh my God,
do they not?
stealing a
Right.
joke, or like you got to come up with an original idea.
Because it cannot even be close.
No. Parallel thought, it's a sin.
Interesting. I'm getting the signal. We got to get back to the film, but when we come back, I want to hear more about these comedy gigs you've done. And I want to hear about your bass playing.
Will do.
All right.
Will do.
Off we go. Visiting hours. Don't go away. Fun things are afoot.
My name is Josie, and I'm calling from Texas. This is the first time I've watched your show. I'm watching The House That Wouldn't Die. It is 5:30 in the morning, and I am just in love with you guys. Bye-bye now.
Look at this hideous thing. You know, our director, Tom, purchased this from the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland. Look at the price he paid.
$42.99.
$42.99. For a face like this, he should have paid $22.99. Don't you think? Have you ever been to Disneyland?
Not yet. Not yet.
Don't go.
Okay.
No, you'll spend your entire life standing in a queue.
I can barely do the fairgrounds. So
There you go. See? Anyways, welcome back. We're watching Visiting Hours with the wonderful Engin Yesilyemis. Yesilyemis. And this film, right? This film was once considered a video nasty, and this is a classification that they used to do in the UK for gory films.
nasty.
Video nasty, and it would be like if your film was certified as video nasty, your movie could not play in the UK.
Oh.
So there was a program that was created later called Video Nasty, the Video Nasty Show, and this was the first film they showed on that program.
Great pick. Great
So
pick.
this is a famous movie to some Brits, but I don't think I ever saw that show nor that episode. Anyways, while we were watching the film, you began telling me a story about how you learned English,
Oh, yes.
and I told him to save it for when the camera was back on because this
So-
is a good story.
Basically, I never had any formal training in English.
Right.
And the way I learned it was at the pub, because drunk people repeat their stories.
This would be in Scotland?
This is this is in Turkey.
All right.
Where I'm from, there were a lot of expats. So,
All right.
and we would gather at the local pub, and once they get drunk, they start repeating their stories. So by the fifth time they come around saying the same thing, I go, I think I understand.
So you learned to speak English with a slur.
Probably.
No, that must have been amazing because, you go, I speak English now, but I sound drunk.
My knowledge for English phrases and like region to region, there's like expressions and things. If it's in English, I usually pick it up and I know exactly what it means. Over this many years, I've developed such ear for it.
Nice.
Which is to my amazement, when a Brit speaks and they use some expression, sometimes the American will be like, what? What did he say?
But you know what it is.
I know exactly where the
Right.
Brit is going.
You probably learned all the bad words as well.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
I think it's important. If I were to be a linguist, and I'm not, but if I were to be, the first thing I would learn is how to say the 3 most common bad words in every single language. That way you can go anywhere in the world and throw profanities at someone, right?
Now check this out. Everybody who knows me speaking in German think I'm the nicest guy ever.
Because?
My German is so academic and Hochdeutsch.
So, and you never learned the...
Like no profanity.
Oh, wow.
Very, very formal.
Very nice.
You know, the U and the royal U and all of that stuff in place.
You'll have to chat with Livingston. You know he's from,
Yes.
he's
Yes.
from Germany.
I heard he's fluent.
All right, let's get back to this film. And when we get back, we're going to chat about your music.
Yes.
All right? Off we go. Visiting hours is going to end soon, so make sure you get to the hospital before visiting hours ends. See you then.
Hello, this is Mr. Livingston. It would appear I have been tasked with requesting you to help our show financially by visiting our Patreon page. Your generosity will help us keep Creature Features on the air. With only a few dollars a month from you, your kindness will allow us to continue creating new entertainment for your viewing pleasure each and every week. And if you have the desire to give more, you might even receive a gift from Tangela. I think not. Please visit the website below to learn more. Thank you.
Welcome back to the hospital where we've got visiting hours which are about to end, but we've still got Engin with us.
I'm still here.
Real quick on this film, I'm told that William Shatner wanted the role of the killer.
Oh, no way. He's just too cute for that role.
Cute?
Yeah, look how handsome and gorgeous he is. His locks and the way he carries himself. He doesn't carry himself like a creep.
Shatner is creepy. Do you know that bloke will not come on the
That's
show?
the later Shatner you're thinking.
No, I think even the early Shatner, but he will not come on the show.
No.
We've invited him multiple
How
times.
dare he?
No. He once became cross with Mr. Livingston on the telephone and told him to be gone. Or words to that effect.
Oh, dear.
So, anyways, I think Michael Ironside is more creepy looking.
Absolutely.
Right? Yes. No,
Absolutely.
he's got those crazy eyes. Yeah, Shatner tried to do the crazy eyes on Star Trek, but it just looked like Shatner trying to do crazy eyes.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Music.
Music.
You're a fellow musician.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You play bass.
I do. Shout out to our beautiful junior college.
Junior college in
Santa Rosa, California.
Santa Rosa, right?
Yeah.
That's where you learned to play bass.
I'm a product of that. I
Oh.
joined the jazz department in 2015.
Right.
And by 2017, I was a collegiate award-winning bass player, scholarships, going to learn Afro-Cuban music to Cuba and all sorts.
You know, I do agree that that is a meritable thing, but you're a bloody bass player. There's always a position available for a bass player. It's like the rarest breed of musician.
My dad told me there are two ways to make money. Either do something that nobody cannot do, or do something that nobody else wants to do. So I picked the ones that nobody else wants to do.
I personally like the bass.
Yeah, but good luck carrying that thing around.
Well, you play a stand-up bass
Yes.
as well, right?
Yes.
Now, do you ever play like regular bass
I
guitar?
do if the gig calls, but currently my passion is around Afro-Cuban, salsa, all that music. I'm the musical director of the local band called Salsa Rosa Orquesta. It's a 10-piece salsa band.
Oh, how fun.
Yes, and we perform monthly in town, and then we do a bunch of corporate gigs.
And
But we're
that
nothing
requires-
like your band. We're not world touring yet.
No,
We're
and you don't want
aspiring
to be.
that. No?
No. Don't do Rockstar.
Don't do
That's
that. Okay.
that's my advice. That's my musical advice to you. Do not go that route. No, it's terrible.
What's so bad about it?
You spend your entire life using unclean loos all over the world. No, it's terrible. Have you ever tried to use a loo in a tour bus?
Negative.
Try it before you sign the contract.
Okay. We will do
Trust
that.
me, young man.
We will do
All right,
that.
so you play bass,
Yes.
just stand-up bass, sometimes electric bass.
Yeah, but my bass, all my training, all my practice is done on the upright bass.
Now, you were telling me about this new bass you have.
Yes. So in the genre of these salsas or reggaeton, bass is very in the front. So they want a large boom on stage. With a classic double bass, you run into all sorts of feedback issues. And someone just said, we will cure this problem by creating an electric upright bass,
I've never seen
which
this
is
device.
amazing. And you can still attack it the same way. It still has for lack of better words, it still has the boing you're looking for
Right.
that comes out of a bass
Right.
to make people swing their hips.
Right.
So,
Now, do you ever use
Yes.
the bow?
yeah, I'm also classically trained by
nice.
shout out to Mr. Hoffman of Santa Rosa as well.
So he plays. You could play in the symphony if you wanted to.
Yes.
Right. All right, what do you say we wrap up this film? And then when we come back, we're going to find out what you're doing next.
All right.
All right, off we go to the end of Visiting Hours. Do not go away when the credits roll, because not only will we still need to chat, but we'll have Tangela here with us. So you don't want to miss that. We'll see you soon. Oh, Lassie, is this the one with John Provost? Maybe? No. It's in colour. Look, there's a big thing that says colour. It's very nice. Anyways, that wraps up Visiting Hours. How'd you like that jump scare?
Oh, this is one of my favorite classics.
You know, they do it too much.
They-
It's like, oh, the killer's dead. Oh, no, he's not dead.
It's
Now
like-
he's
It's
dead.
a cliche jazz riff of horror music.
It is. That's exactly. It's like jazz. You think the song's over, and they don't stop. It just keeps going on and on and on and on and on, like a bass solo.
Oh, who wants to hear a bass solo?
Nobody.
Ew.
All right. So, what did you think of the film? No, she'd rather watch Lassie than films like this. No.
That's a good dog.
She would have been better about this film if the killer had lived and gone on to kill more. She likes killing people. She won't kill animals, but killing people she's all right with. It's not a problem. Anyways, what's next for you?
I'm a part of this comedy production team called Comedy IRL Productions.
IRL?
In real life.
Oh,
Yes.
what's important?
And so it's 4 of us. We put 3 shows together in town at various places. So if you go to comedyirlproductions.com, you can...
comedyirlproductions.com.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You can go to our calendar, see when our next events are, and at each of those events, I myself perform. And as far as the salsa band goes, the one regular gig that's open to all public is every 3rd Friday at 5:30 at Cafe Frida.
Where's Cafe Frita?
It's on South A Street, on the same street of Spin Sisters Restaurant. That art.
This would be in Santa Rosa.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
All right.
So third Friday there, come and get your dance on. As far as the comedy goes, I have my YouTube channel, Book of Engin. So you
Book of Engin.
Book of Engin.
Book of Engin. So you go to YouTube and you search Book of Engin.
And you find me and my work there.
And what's on it?
It could be some crowd work, some of the
What's your comedy?
comedy.
Oh, good.
So I have a poor attempt to do a little podcast too. I have some
all right.
interesting friends come over and
Right.
I interview them, or they tell me
Right.
the stories they've had, and
It sounds horrid.
it can be.
No, that's wonderful. He's a funny guy. He's always funny.
I try.
He's a good bass player. All right, well, Engin, thank you so much for coming up.
Thank you
to
for having
do the
me.
show. And next time you're in town, you come see us, right?
Absolutely.
As far as you guys go, thank you so much for staying up late and watching Visiting Hours. We know you could have been watching The Birds. You know, The Birds was on tonight. We see them all the time, so we don't need to watch that film, but we know you could have, and said you stayed with us, and for that reason, we love you. We'll see you next week. Different guest, different movie. I don't know who, but it's going to be fun. See you next time. So, Engin, you know, Turkey is a market we have not yet penetrated with the Horror Host program.
All
Do you think they'd be open to a show like this?
They would be, but I don't think this one.